On my last video of this car, I mentioned I had something special in store for it coming up. Well, now pretty much everybody knows what that is. Was able to take it out to Jay Leno's garage and filmed an episode for his YouTube channel with it. But just wanted to do this video as kind of a follow-up video. I think they're going to link my channel to the video, but just a little more information about Jetfires in general. They were, depending on who you talk to, if arguably the first ever turbocharged automobile. The Chevy Corvair Spider come out the same year. If you're a Corvair Spider owner, of course, the Spiders come out before these. If you're a Jetfire owner, these come out before those. But going strictly by the GM Heritage Center documents, the Jetfire is available to purchase in early April, and there is no document to prove when the Corvair was available, the Corvair Spider, as to when you could actually purchase one. But the documents do say production started in April on the Corvair Spider. So I'm just assuming if those were if they started building those in April and these were available early April, that these were more than likely first by a few weeks. But it's pretty trivial. They're both still the first American turbocharged cars, or well, the world's first turbocharged cars. The Jetfires themselves, in '62 they made 3,765 of them, and only 203 of these cars were 4-speed cars. The 4-speed was not available until later in the year, so not very many of them were built as 4-speeds. Now in '63 there's a little bit longer, like 4 or 5 inches longer, a little bit more squared off car. Those they made more of. There was 5,842 of those in '63, with 1,391 that were 4-speed cars. But this one's one of the rare factory 4-speed cars. For the ones that's followed my channel, this is all kind of review to you, but yeah, the people checking out my channel from the Leno's Garage video, then there's more for you guys. All this interior, as was said in his video, I haven't seen the video yet, it's not even released, but all this interior is the original 1962 interior. All little flaws. Everything's original except dome light lens. But the floor mats are not original to the car, but they are NOS floor mats that are correct for the car. I don't know if this car they lost the mats or if maybe it was never ordered with them. But other statistics on these cars, in the 0 to 60 time, well, let me back up. These cars, a lot of them came from the factory with less than 6.5 pounds of boost. The limit on them was not to go over 6.5 pounds. So this one here, I've got it built to the full 6.5 pounds of boost. But with 6.5 pounds of boost at what Oldsmobile called the maximum limit, then these cars would get well, again, this is a 4-speed car, will get 8.4 seconds, 0 to 60 time. and a 16.3 quarter mile time at 85 mile an hour. Now, you can modify these pretty easily. There's some actual old magazines where they did this on the 4-speed cars. If you insulate the exhaust, the way the exhaust flows on these, they come out the driver's side exhaust manifold and go down to a crossover pipe to the other side, and then comes in the passenger side exhaust manifold down here and runs all the way to the front, and then both banks come through here. So if you insulate this pipe and the crossover pipe underneath, and you block off the bypass valve to where all the exhaust flow goes through the turbine and nothing bypasses, this is the controller. If you block that off to where it's permanently boosting, to do that, you've got to eliminate your water methanol injection. And obviously you got to run race gas when you do that. If you'll do all that, then you'll get roughly 13 pounds of boost. And with just doing that and nothing more, I mean, obviously race gas and no injection, then these will do a 14.9 quarter mile time at 96 mile an hour. So it'll significantly increase the performance, but I don't know how long. I don't know how long I'd want to do that with running that much boost on these motors, but and I wouldn't do it on this car anyway. But just some information that's out there about these cars. They're not really huge speed demon stock, but you can definitely feel the turbo go. I mean, they do pull. Oh, what else do I want to go over? They're obviously very rare cars today. Between all of them that we know of, we're a pretty small group, but there's roughly 100 of them. Well, there's actually well less than 100 of them that we know of today. Counting the parts cars that we know of, there's a few of them. Oh, I think it's called Desert Valley Junkyard. They've got a couple of them. I've got 3 parts car Jetfires, but counting the junkers, the good ones, counting all of them, there's between 80 and 100. I'd have to look at the logs and see how many, but yeah, I know it's less than 100. So maybe another 20 or 50 maybe still in hiding somewhere. Now, I'd be surprised if there's that many more of them out there. Also, the vast majority of these have been converted to 4-barrel carburetors. In '65, Oldsmobile offered free of charge to remove the turbocharger setup and convert it to 4-barrel for free. And the vast majority of Jetfire owners took them up on that. So when you find them today, it's not often they've still got the turbo set up, but if you find a car that's been converted to 4-barrel, between me and a few others, we've got enough stuff that if you contact us, you could convert it back to a turbo. It's not real cheap getting your turbo system back together and operational, but it's well worth it. There's definitely nothing like it at your local car shows. One thing I probably will do with this car, I didn't restore it to race it and abuse it, but I did restore it to drive it and enjoy it. I found a set of 390 gears. These come originally with 336 gears, and I'm going to put this set of 390 gears in it and just see what it'll do with the 390s. It's the only set of 390s I've ever seen. I'd heard they made them, but I'm going to go ahead and put them. Actually, it's a 390 Posi, but I'm going to put them in this car. May not be this year, but sometime the next year and a half, I'll put them in there and see how it runs with them. I'll put the 336s back in it when I'm done. I just want to see how to do with them. I'll end up selling that 390 rear end whenever I pull it back out. Now, this is my wife's Jetfire. We bought her this car. Oh, if I remember right, I think me and Jay talked about that in the video. But I'll be surprised too when the video comes out, because I didn't ride with him in the video. I'm not vaccinated, so I don't know if it's California or the film crew, but their rules say I couldn't ride with him in the video, which it's fair. I chose not to be, so yeah, it's fair. But anyway, so I'll be surprised to hear what he has to say when the video comes out, but I'll release this probably same day or the day after that video's released. But anyway, let's see, I got a little notebook here. I think that's pretty much all I was wanting to cover. But yeah, I built this car in this little bitty garage, and unfortunately I just am out of room. And I've got a mess in here. As soon as it gets warm out, then get this garage all cleaned back up and be able to work in it again. I put that tarp up. My car is normally on the lift. We just got back from Leno's here about a week ago, so I got to get my car back on the lift and get it stored away. But I put that tarp up to help if I bead blast in here. If anything gets past the blower, then it won't get onto this car in there. I'm gonna put another tarp along this front edge here. Just keep those cars tarped off and less dust. But anyway, that's really all I had, and I'll catch you guys later. Well, one other thing, you guys may want to check out my other YouTube video. It explains in pretty decent detail how the fluid injection works on these cars. But anyway, I'll catch you later.